Hey guys, been a while, I know, a few of you are asking, 3 months or so. Stuff has still been happening, it's just been a bit different. COVID lockdowns and stuff caused some problems. I've been very busy at work trying to keep income, keep the business alive and all that sort of fun stuff. Been hanging out with the family, now the projects are done, I've been enjoying them. I haven't been recording as much as I should, so I might have to get creative with future videos until we caught up. With the COVID lockdown and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, blue car still needs some work. The rat rod's going well, and then there's this project number 3. I might give you a little sneak peek at the end of this video, but there'll be some exciting, interesting stuff coming along. So yeah, we'll just try and get you caught up quickly, and I'll try and get back to making some videos. And yeah, thanks for watching. Alright guys, I'm sure you saw my last video with this on the dyno, and we did a couple of street pulls. Just got a little issue to sort out. It's never ending, eh? But we're nearly there. So back in the shed, back on the hoist, let's go. Okie dokie. So the main thing is we need to get the turbo out and put the wastegate so we can have some fun again. But we were having a couple of other issues. I think we've got some water leaks from here somewhere. That hose, and from there, I don't know if they just need to be tightened up. We'll have a look. We've got some oil leaks. Not sure if you can see, but it was smoking a bit just because it's getting oil on the exhaust and the header wrap. So maybe from the cam covers. I don't think I only took one of them off, but well, yeah, look at that one. That was quite bad. And that is the one I took off. So, yep, we need to deal with that. We have grease explosion from the CV boot. Now it looks like it's not actually the boot. It looks like it might be coming up from in here, where I bolted it together. It probably needs some sealant or something in there. I thought it would be enough to hold it, but it clearly isn't. We're getting grease spraying up everywhere. Lovely, lovely. Yeah, and then so that's about that. What's happening there? I got grease everywhere. Yeah, get into it. Yay, turbo's out. Turbo's there. So we'll start working on that soon. Signs of a happy engine after all that dyno tuning and stuff. Absolutely nothing in the catch can, which is great. I had a few strainers in the system as well. Long story, but they're clear. So that long story, I guess, is for the free VZs, you can't get ARP studs, head studs for them, but they need obviously something when you're running that kind of boost. So you use the Mitsubishi GTO head studs, and just 2 of them are just a bit long where the gears for the cam. So once you've put them in and put the head on, you have to shave about 3mm off. And I thought I was very, very careful covering everything and getting rid of all the metal, but clearly I wasn't. And after the first dyno run, I found metal in the filter and on the sump plug and all of that sort of stuff. So we actually stripped the engine down and checked all the bearings and everything, because I was worried about that. But everything looked hunky-dory, and I just assumed it was that. We cleaned everything as best as we could and put it back together. So no metal now, which is great. Yeah, obviously you just have to be super careful, I guess. If you're grinding metal in the engine's not ideal, but I thought that I had everything covered and that there shouldn't be any metal in there. Clearly I was wrong. Anyway, that's all good. We're going to start working on this. We're going to open that up, import that, and I'll show you what's happening. Alright, so this is what my tuner was saying about these turbos and the wastegate. So that is your wastegate flap, I guess, and I described all the way around it, and that's the hole. So little hole, big flap, little hole, big flap. So we're going to open that right up near the edge, not too close, but we can make that a lot bigger, obviously. Oh, doggy. Jax, why are you ignoring me? Jax. This isn't going to be fun. I wish I knew this before I put the whole car together. Oh well, here we go, boys. I'm sure there's a bunch of you sitting at home going, just get an external wastegate, bro. The more I do this, the more I think, yeah. But this should be quicker and easier. There's a whole lot of fab work to put an external wastegate in, and the car will be off the road for a lot longer. So let's keep going. Okay, I over-exaggerated a little bit. That wasn't that bad. I didn't do a before and after measurement, but you can see that that is definitely a lot bigger. Is it enough to stop the boost creep? I don't know. I guess we'll put it in and find out. So, before I was thinking that the can covers were leaking. I'm not too sure if they are or not. Maybe they're not, but this is definitely a problem. There's a whole lot of oil on that lead, and I think some of the others are probably a bit the same. So, spark plug tube seals, I think. And I have some, so I'm gonna rip all this open, which I'm not happy about, but we need to fix the oil leaks because it's not a good look when your car's going really fast but smoking. Alright, check this out. If you can see in there, and if it's gonna focus, there's a drowning spark plug. And the next one, only just the top of it sticking out still. That one's better. I don't know how these are on this side, on this bank. Yeah, I think that's happening here too. That one looks fine. I've got one good one. But yeah, all those other ones look a little bit soaked in oil. And just like that, my engine's in pieces again. Yay. So you can see all the mess down there. Lots of oil spraying. Yeah, that was a bit of a pain to get out in the car. That's pretty close there. I can only just get my fingers down there. The cam covers are here. There's like little nicks here and there. Like there's a little bit, I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit ripped out of the seal there. And this, and look, there's a bit hanging off. So these aren't actually very old. Yeah, that one there looks a bit damaged. Just there. Which is quite annoying. Yeah, see, I just pulled that bit off. I think they're probably just a bit crap. These other ones look completely different, but they fit well, so they should do the trick, I hope. I'll put those in, and we'll have to seal everything back up and put it all back together. Yep, not much more to say. I do need to pull the ECU out while I've got everything in pieces. May as well send the ECU back because it needs a wire put in for the tacho. My tach's not reading. And I need to try and figure out my boost gauge. I got this brand new boost gauge, a stepper one, Pro Sport. I know it's a bit cheap and shitty, and that's probably the problem. But it worked once, and then the next time I turn the car on, it just has a signal like it's not connected, but it is connected, and I've done continuity tests on the wiring. And yeah, it's just rubbish. And I just had a fuel sensor replaced for the same sort of gauge because it was actually cracked and leaking fuel through the gauge sender. They replaced that. That was the same thing. That worked once and then it didn't work again. So super annoying. I might have to spend some money on some proper stuff. But we'll take it back and we'll see what they have to say for themselves. And now I'm rambling. Alright, just kind of chiseled with a screwdriver, smacked the old ones out. Just kind of bent them in from the side and then popped them out because they're in there pretty tight. These ones, I put these in and I just did a test fit. I feel a lot better about these ones. I think they're a lot better seal. And these ones, I don't know. I think they're just junk. And that's why they didn't last very long. But yeah, just do the other three. See how we go. Alright, spark plug, valley gaskets, whatever they're called, replaced. Much as I'd like to put that back together, I'm going to replace these little rubber washers with whatever those things are. just because those engine's been apart so many times, they're getting quite munted. So I'll get a set of those, and those will go back in next week. I've got to send the ECU away anyway, and still got to fix the drive shaft and sort out the boost gauge. So there's plenty to do anyway, and may as well do it all properly. I don't want any more leaks. I just want to drive the damn car and have no problems. Okay, spark plug tube seals done, cam covers in, intake manifold, everything connected. I'm just doing leads now. Now this is funny because these leads, you know, they're custom to fit the Evo coils in onto these spark plugs. They don't, you know, they go that far down in the tube. It's hard to put them on and pull them out. So I made this cool little guy. This is the 8mm, bent at the end. It fits nicely over the end of that, and it can just help me push the plug on. I use the lead just to pull it out. I don't know how long it's going to last if I have to keep doing that, but I have glued around there so it doesn't come apart. And this is sort of how it works. I'll show you on this one over here. Just slide that down. Well, I just check that that's in the right place. It's kind of sitting on the spark plug. Fire this down the tube until you hit the top of the lead. I don't think it's on there properly. This is hard to do one-handed. It's a lot easier if I'm not. And then it goes click, and then it's stuck on. Oh, I just pulled it too hard and it came off. But you get the idea. Click, it's on. That's on. That one's on. That one's on. Now I just got to do these three. Turbo's all put back together and in now. I'd love to take it for a spin and make sure that it's not over boosting, but I haven't got my ECU back from getting the tacho output put in it, so that'll have to wait. It's now Friday as well, so not going to happen until next week. Anyway, I'm playing with the throttle cable now. You may have seen before, just for tuning, I had some dodgy washers in there just because there was always a bit of tension on the throttle cable, and we just wanted to get it tuned while it was slack. And now I'm going to fix that. Simple fix though. Just drilled a couple more holes, made a bit of clearance there, and it just brings the whole thing a little bit closer, and problem solved. Alright, fixed up something that was bothering me, was just the hole in these leads. So those are the old tops of the plugs of the old leads, and I just kind of split them. You might be able to see there, and just push them over, and just makes it look a lot nicer, I think. So I'm happy with that. Just waiting on that throttle cable bracket to dry. Just been painting that up again, and my ECU back. I don't know, I think there's a few more little things I'll tweak around with, but pretty much ready to just test it. Yeah, and then set the boost, set high and low boost, which is going to be difficult because my piece of shit boost gauge worked once and then didn't work, and the people that sold it to me, who shall remain nameless at this point in time, just they were not really very helpful. They just said, oh, it sounds like a bad ground. No, it's fucking not a bad ground. I got 5 gauges all hooked up the same, and all the other ones work fine. Anyway,